But talking about songwriting, so you grew up around poetry and literature, and I'm guessing you read quite a bit as a child and into your teens. So do you feel that poetry and literature have influenced you as a songwriter?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Another wonderful conversation I had with another student earlier this week was just the beauty of poetry and how important it is to keep us inspired.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like over the years, however young you are or wise you are in the industry, we go through this ebb and flow of, and also just having to find the spark again
Mhm.
for our art and our creations within the industry. So I find that poetry and literature really do that.
Right.
And they're just a beautiful place to escape within if you're writing it or
Mhm.
if you're just reading it. It's delicious,
Yeah.
especially particular poets. When I just need a bit of like a little bit of a pick me up, I go, I know which book to grab, and I grab it from the bookshelf. And I'm like, oh, yeah, life is beautiful.
That's it's beautiful hearing that. So you have to tell us which poets you would go to when you need the little pick me up.
Definitely, I would definitely go for Robert Frost. And if you ever need to just be reminded of why we choose the path, or why the path was chosen us,
Yeah.
you always just do the path less traveled or less taken. I hope I haven't misnamed that poem. My gosh, I read it so many times.
But it has entered into like the M. Scott Peck book, The Road Less Traveled, I think has possibly, yes, queered the Robert Frost title for a few of
Sure,
us.
for
I've
sure.
done it too. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, I'm speaking to another kindred spirit here. Yes, and William Blake. William Blake was one of the first poets that I studied as a youngster, and I really do love his Age of Innocence and Experience. So poems connected to those various journeys, and you can grow with that poetry of his, especially when you're reading the Innocence, and then you start really looking at the Experience, and you get older and older, and both of them are just they get more poignant and potent
Right.
with their messaging. And also D.H. Lawrence
Okay.
does amazing poetry to do with animals.
Right.
So I'd highly recommend anyone listening out there that wants to delve into the world of poetry to just look up D.H. Lawrence's poetry. And then we can have like the modern poets like Lana Del Rey, amazing singer-songwriter. She's got a poetry book, and it's just beautiful. I wish I should have had the pile here prepared so I could
Yeah.
ask this.
Well, I did. Yeah, I never sent anyone questions beforehand, so you couldn't have known I was going to ask.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. And then I'm a big lover of World War One poetry.
Okay.
So World War One poetry, Siegfried Sassoon, Rudyard Kipling. There's just something that they capture within their poetry, possibly the protests, possibly the true presence within their words, and of course, just the bittersweetness, their choice of language and their journeys